Recently, I read about a 43-year-old man in China who suffered from seizures and loss of consciousness. He went to the doctor after his symptoms persisted for several weeks, only to discover he had hundreds of tapeworms in his brain and chest. The patient had eaten undercooked pork, which is contaminated with Taenia solium, a parasitic tapeworm that's different than trichina. Someone has nicknamed trichinosis China, since many Chinese eat undercooked pork. Ever seen a duck behind a pig's mouth? I took a picture of this on the way to Rotorua. You know, the Fitzgerald Glade. Is that what it's called? Fitzgerald's Glade? Beautiful glade down there. Well, right on the right, as you go through that glade, there was this pig here, there, no longer there. He has this little duct here, and little brown stuff comes out. I call it pork gravy. That is toxic stuff that's coming out of there. The pig is a scavenger. Whenever you eat him, you eat everything secondhand, including their own feces. I'm sorry, folks, but that's the truth. Excuse me for being so explicit, but people are eating this stuff. God knows what he's talking about. What do you say? If you like bacon, get turkey bacon or ham or beef, or try a packet of striplets from the health shop. I had a church member back when I pastored at Royal Oak. He was a parasitologist. He would look in the microscope at parasites all day long for a farm. And he said they had the cleanest pigs known. They raised them for like 50 generations on concrete, grain-fed, no mud, no filth. And he said, even after all of that, they had 15 different parasites in them. So people ask, why did God create pigs and other unclean animals if he didn't want us to eat them? Well, first of all, just because God made it doesn't mean we automatically assume we should eat it. God created skunks. Are you going to eat skunks? If we didn't have unclean animals, our world would be teeming with rubbish or garbage. Think of Adam and Eve. They're in the Garden of Eden. They peel a banana, throw the banana peel down. The pig comes up, and he eats that banana peel, and it keeps the garden clean, right? Now, did I do better than those pigs I just showed you about? Yeah? Okay, thank you for that. And now you know why this little piggy shouldn't have gone to the market, right? Or should I say big pig? So how do you judge the meat in the waters? Well, Leviticus 11 and verse 9. Leviticus 11 and verse 9. These you shall eat that are in the waters, whatsoever has fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall you eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the waters, that move in the waters, and any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination to you. So they must have fins and scales. So that means trout, bass, salmon, halibut, snapper, flounder, cod. How do you guys say it? Cowbie, tuna. They're all clean fish. But what about catfish? It has fins, but it doesn't have scales. What does it eat? Catfish eats garbage. God put them in the waters as garbage cans to keep the water clean. But this does away with a lot of seafood lovers' favorites. It's got to have what? Fins and scales. So what about crabs, clams, oysters, mussels, shrimp, lobsters, crawdads, eels? All of them, the Bible says, are an abomination. It just makes sense, folks. An article from Prevention Magazine puts it this way. Why are the shellfish so dangerous? Because they're many times more polluted than the filthy water they inhabit. Unfortunately, they choose to live in multiplying estuaries along the coastal regions. And these estuaries are particularly subject to discharge of sewage effluent, and waterborne pollutants. The polluted aspects of their habitat is just one danger, but the fact that the bivalve fish are filter feeders compounds the danger. For example, oysters, because of their way of absorbing food, have been found to concentrate viruses 20 to 60 times the level of the surrounding water. So when you eat that oyster, whatever it is, you're getting almost 60, sometimes 60 times the amount of virus found in that water. No other food offered on the menu of your favorite eating place would be served too long with this poison, but it is. Each time you eat a prawn or a shrimp, you're eating everything. You're eating its guts, its intestines, its feces, and everything it ate. Literally, folks, that's what you're doing.